Shalom, shalom, Israel. Giving all praises and all glory, all honor to the Most High Yahweh and none other. A lot of topics, a lot of things we're going to get into today. But before we get into that, I'm going to go ahead and play a song from one of my brothers, Ray O the Rock. Very spiritual brother. I wouldn't bring no BS to the table. So Israel, sit back and enjoy before I kick this lesson off. Shalom.
Wars and rumors of wars, disact and reacting to individual scores for the record. A prophet like Moses is prophesied. Say Elijah be the name, how I know. 05 Malachi, holding the fruits of an evil tree. There's a shady lay your head down, taste a cup of rap mixed. I've been ignoring so many swishes sweet since I found out that I was part of the lost tribes of Israel. And two commandments and laws no longer taught. Thank Daddy, I praise to Jesus, but Jesus ain't never brought. Thank to the Father explain. I never cheated the game, never wanted it fast. I'm always willing to train. Give it all just to see your face. No man besides Moses. I bet you never prayed for him. Thank you, Moses. You in the arm of our Father out of Egypt. Damn, we back in Egypt and Deuteronomy 28. Living out the curses and we never see it, never see the purpose. And we won't read the Old Testament. Why? Jesus got the everything. Right now we colliding with everything. What?
Jesus died for everything. Right now, he died over everything.
What?
Jesus died for everything. Right now, he died over everything.
Thank you, Moses. I believe in the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I rebuke any religion that contradicts it. I got it twisted. Thankfully, anointed we have Moshe. Call him Moses, that all of the curses he shall obey. Say the Father is a jealous power. He's not a God. He's everything and anything, the only power alive. I get to give him his credit, though. That's why my face in the book looking which way to go. That's how I know. Thank you, Moses, and all of the curses he shall obey. Thank you, Moses, he shall obey. Thank you, Moses, and all of the curses he shall obey. Thank you, Moses, he shall obey. Never thought twice about a Bible script. Took it for a ride, I came out, I now exist. Figments of imagination never really bothered me. Not my reality. Prisoner of war, hell, hostage, you just a captive. Better not get caught, you can see your living power. He exists, but you scared, so you a bunch of cowards. What kind of king would die for such a petty peasant? You supposed to die for your own sins, the Father said it. You heard it, Moses. Thank you. Never thought twice about a Bible script. Thank you, Moses. Right, I came out, I now exist. Thank you, Moses. I'ma lose a lot of friends. I know, but on the path they told you gotta let some go. I gotta grow. This old soul I wore it out. Now I'ma walk bare feet on the dirt. Father, check me out. In the tune with the vibrations of every spirit walk. Trying to reach my ancestors' energy. I feel it up. No reason praising me. I praise the Most High who cut off nations by the sea. Violent shakes the behind. Thank you, Moses. Father, check me out. Now I walk bare feet on the dirt. Thank you, Moses. Cut off nations by the feet. Thank you, Moses. Thank violent shakes the behind. Thank you, Moses. All praise the Most High. Thank you, Moses. And thank you to all of the prophets. Thank you, Moses. Power, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Moses. Gotta get away from the milk and drum. Thank you, Moses. Just to understand what's going on. Thank you, Moses. Won't shall he teach knowledge? Won't shall he teach sound doctrine? Thank you, Moses. Isaiah 28:9.
Hey, shalom, shalom. I want to get into it today. I want to start off with the first scripture. Have everybody open up the Habakkuk chapter 2. We can start at verse 1. Give me time to get to it. And the reason why I'm starting off with the scripture is because there's a lot of war and rumors of wars going on right now. And this is a time where we don't need to be caught up in any type of folly. You understand? Folly will have you miss exactly what's going on and have you caught up in a lot of stuff that you shouldn't be caught up in, when you really should be paying attention to the prophecies and the signs of what's coming and what's about to happen to this place that we're in right now, because it's definitely about to be judged. The signs is on the wall. We can see the numbers on the wall. So I'm gonna start off with Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, right? So all of these visions of these prophecies that's in this book to the children of Israel should be plain upon the tables. It should be plain what's happening. We should be able to see through this, right? Because it's written right here in the scriptures. It's written right here. It's clear as crystal. So it said that he may run that readeth it, right? Because when you get these prophecies, and you will want to run and tell your people, because especially right now, it's the time to start speaking up, because we in that time right now. We in a time where the Most High is about to bring judgment upon this place. Not only is he about to bring judgment upon this place, he's going to start with our people. So when that sword goes forth, it's going to be a lot of judgment taking place. So we've been warning our people to get away from idolatry, to flee idolatry. We've been arguing, going back and forth when we really shouldn't be, because the words speak for itself. It's clear as day that the Most High is the God by himself. His son is not ruling with him. We are the son. So let me continue to read. It said, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, right? Because we at the end of this thing right now. This is the end game. You can see that we coming to the end of Esau's kingdom. At the end of Esau's kingdom, you're going to see them going crazy, scrambling, trying to, do the best that they can to keep us in the idolatry, to keep the witchcraft in their book alive. That's why you see a lot of people alluding to this jab as the mark of the beast. But when you know what's really going on, there is no mark of the beast. The only mark you should be worried about having is the mark in Ezekiel Chapter 9, which I'm going to get later. But it says, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Now, his soul is talking about that's uplifted in him is not right. It's talking about the soul of Esau, of the so-called, what you call the Caucasian people, the ones that's ruling. He said his soul is uplifted, that's lifted up in him is not upright, but the just shall live by his faith. The just is talking about us, the ones that understand his truth, which is the law. We understand his prophecies. You understand? We're living by faith, because when we go tell people this, it's not like we can just show you a clip, a video of Moses splitting the sea. We can't show you that. All we can do is give you, our word of faith. So that's what we're living off of right now. We're living off of faith. So you got non-believers that don't believe the book. They will use our faith as some type of weakness. And so, that book is not true. Y'all just believing in a fantasy. But it's coming true right before your eyes. You can see all the prophecies taking place. Let me continue to read. It says, verse 5, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, right? The wine he transgresseth by is democracy. They go country to country, spreading their democracy in all of these countries. They go take over countries through their democracy. That's why when you go see a country that's in trouble, and then the next thing you know, America's right over there knocking on the door that brings some type of help, or somebody so-called bully in this country, then America jumps in to show we're the bigger bully. And we're gonna protect you, but if we're gonna protect you, you're gonna have to go by these guidelines. You know what I mean? So that's how they do things. But it's set up like that. It said, yeah, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right? I heard a lot of people say, why don't America just sit down and stay in their own business and let Ukraine, and Russia go do their own thing? Well, the reason why they're not going to do that is because they feel like they are the power force of the earth. Like the scripture said in Jeremiah 50, they're the hammer of the earth. So they feel like they're the power force. So they're going to go into everybody's business, letting you know, we run this. So it's set up for them to be like that, but that's going to also be to their demise, because they're going to go down just like that too. All right. It said he is a proud man and neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Right. Everything that they feed us over here is as death. Everything is to lead to your destruction, from the school systems to what you eat, to what you listen to what you put in your body. Everything it's all for your destruction. Nothing over here is to uplift our people. And the only way you do get uplifted in this society, you have to sell out. So we know how this ball game works. If you're not a part of the crew, you're not getting in. Now, this ideology is starting to trickle down into the nation of Israel, because you got leaders, so-called leaders, that's taking the ideology of the enemy and they're bringing it to our people. So at the while this is going on, it's like the white man doesn't have to really be in our face saying like, yeah, I'm your enemy. It's like the movie Get Out. They done set these men up that have their mind frame. So it's no need for them to, come in and say, yeah, we the bad guy. We already know they're the bad guy, but now they done set these men up that have their mind frame. They come in with this scholarly knowledge, with the scholarly attitude. They say, if you're not a scholar, then you don't know the word of the Most High unless you're a scholar. But it doesn't take scholarship to figure out stuff that the Most High said that He made plain for us to read and understand. But we're gonna get to that in a little bit. It says, and enlarges his desire as hell. I'm in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. He enlarges his desire as hell and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. This is what this people do. So that's why they go into other nations, and trying to regulate their policies and what they got going on over there, is because he can't keep at home. And then he spreads his democracy over there. So now you'll have, let's say like if the U.S. went over there and whooped up on Russia, you'll have Ukraine over there now. Now Ukraine will be a stamp of the U.S. Now you'll have that democracy over there, just like you have over here. And the stuff that they spread, we know how they make laws for homosexuals to get married. They make pork available for people everywhere. They sell you abominations and act like it's some type of treat. People go eat shrimp and prawns and stuff, and catfish and lobster, and they act like it's some big meal, but it's really an abomination. And nobody else is doing that but the people that the Most High said was going to do that. Let me get Malachi chapter 1 real quick, because it's a reason why that's going on. It's a people that's spreading wickedness. It's because everywhere that they go, the wickedness goes with them. So as they spreading that democracy, they're spreading wickedness through the four corners of the earth. Why? Because the children of Israel are spread through the four corners of the earth. Let me get Malachi chapter 1. I'm going to go back to Habakkuk chapter 2. Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. It said, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, right? The border of wickedness means that everywhere that they go, the wickedness goes. So that's why they go over and take over these territories and they spread their democracy. And next thing you know, you got homosexuals in these countries that never even allowed it, but because they spread democracy out there, now they got it. So that's why this place is going to be judged. It's going to be judged because it's at the height of wickedness that you've never seen before since this earth has been established. We've never seen the wickedness at a height that it is right now. So judgment is going forward. Let me go back to Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? That's exactly what Russia's doing right now. They're taking up a taunting proverb against him. They say, I don't care what America say. We're going to go over there and bomb the shit out of Ukraine. You know, so that's what's set up. But let me jump from there. I'm going to come back to it. And I want to go to Isaiah chapter 14 real quick and get into this Lucifer character, because this Lucifer is being judged right now. Lucifer wasn't no angel that got kicked out of heaven. Lucifer is a people, and his people was getting judged right now. I'm gonna start at verse 4. All right, it says, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, saying, how have the oppressors ceased? How have the golden city ceased? Right? That's what it was just talking about in Habakkuk, about them taking up the proverb, this taunting proverb against this ruler of this nation. And that's what's happening right now. Prophecy is being played out right now before your eyes. Verse 5, it said, Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked, right? We just told you who the wicked was in Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. The wicked is Edom. They're the border of wickedness, meaning everywhere that they go, the wickedness goes. And the Most High said it's the people that he have indignation for forever, right? It said, Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people with a continual stroke, right? That continual stroke, meaning like since they've been in power, they have not lifted the rod off of the oppressed. It's still being handed out to us. So they haven't lessened the rod, even though they made it look like they have through deception, through giving people a little bit of monetary gain and currency, but that can only take you but so far. That's why a lot of our people, they sell out for the money. You know what I mean? But that money is only going to take you but so far. The Most High said you can't be delivered by silver or gold. That money's not going to save you. What's going to save you is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the word of the Most High. So let me continue reading. It said, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Even all the chief ones of the earth have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So one of the kings of the nations that have already risen up against these people is Russia. And it's going to be more to come, like North Korea, Japan, China. The people who are not a part of that NATO thing, they are against this place, but it's set up like that. It's set up by the Most High Yahweh. So let me continue to read. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Because right now the playing field's even. all of that so-called nuclear capability that they have, so do the other nations. And it's going to be let off. Whether it's through some shit that they're planning, through some Freemasonic type of brotherhood, where they already had these bombs in place, where they're making it look like it's some stage type of war. Whatever it is, it's the judgment of the Most High, and it's coming to our people. Let me continue to read. It says, they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become as weak as we, art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy bowels, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Now that right there proves that there wasn't no angel that got kicked out of heaven. Because when you read that in context, meaning with text, like we just read, it's talking about the same person that has been talking about the whole chapter, and it's going to continue to talk about it. So when you keep reading on, it says, how art thou cut from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? Weaken the nations meaning being the bully, going around spreading democracy, setting up economic hitmen to go into these territories to put your bid in, but if they don't accept it, then you send the boys through. We know how this works, right? So it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, and I will be like the Most High, right? So we know that Lucifer or Edom, in their mind, they're conspiring to be like the Most High. How? They got surveillance everywhere. They're watching you. They got the all-seeing eye. It's just all about having total control. You know, that's what this whole little jab thing is about. It's about them having total control. So while this is going on, you got to look out for the traps that they're setting up for our people. They're setting up traps for our people to stay in idolatry or just to eradicate themselves, just by rushing, listening to everything that they say and taking it for face value. You're going to find out that these people are the devil. Whether you believe us or not, you're going to find out. It's going to be made clear, and it's going to manifest itself as time keeps progressing. Verse 15, it said, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms? Right? This is what they do. But now you got another Edomite group. They going in there shaking up kingdoms. They shaking shit up. They over there in Ukraine blowing up stuff. You seeing it now live on TV. So it's starting right now. The judgment is starting. Let me jump from here, and I'm gonna go to Isaiah the 47th chapter, because it coincides with Isaiah the 14th chapter. And I'm still going to go back to Habakkuk as well. So just got to watch out for what's going on. Watch the news and watch what they're saying, because there's a lot of stuff going on, and our people need to be aware of this. But it's a lot of folly going on online. So the folly kind of takes you away from what's going on. It's just a bunch of foolishness, Gotta be aware of the snares and the traps that these people set up for our people to be caught up in, and they use our people to do it. That's why in Jeremiah 5:26, I believe, says, "For among my people were found wicked men, and they lay snares and traps." So these wicked men are following Esau, because it said that Esau was a cunning hunter, right? So in order to catch your prey, you're going to have to lay traps and set up snares. So now you got Negroes following Esau, and they're laying traps and setting up snares for our people to fall back into idolatry or just to follow Esau in general. So you got to watch out for that too. That's why it's important for our people to know it's so critical in these times to not trust in man. If we're going to all be on one accord, we got to all be on one accord and trusting in Yahweh and in his word. You know, because if we keep following man and keep listening to what man say, like, we're going to be in trouble. So the main thing we have to stay focused on is staying into his word and following what his words say. Isaiah 34:16, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, because it's a lot of man worship and following man, and we're not supposed to be doing any of that. Let me get Isaiah the 47th chapter. Isaiah the 47th chapter is verse 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit in the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? Because this place is called tender and delicate because it hasn't been touched. Like how Ukraine is getting touched. America hasn't got touched like that. But it's soon to get touched. Verse 2, it said, take the millstones and grind meal, uncover the locks and make bare the leg, uncover the thigh and pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man, right? It says thy nakedness shall be uncovered and thy shame shall be seen, right? That sounds familiar because he also said that to Esau. So when you're looking at Isaiah the 47th chapter and it's talking about the judgment of Babylon, that judgment of Babylon coincides to Esau. It's talking about the judgment of Edom. Let me get Jeremiah 49 real quick. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare and uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, right? So Esau is done. He's being revealed right now as we speak. His kingdom is going down. As his kingdom goes down, the Most High's kingdom will be established on this earth with his people taking over. So that's what all of this melee is about. All of this melee is about trying to take control over the children of Israel, trying to do away with the children of Israel so they could try to upset the prophecies. But the Most High won't let it happen. We continue to read in Isaiah 47, verse 3. It said, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Not two, not three, the Holy One. He always refers to himself as the one true Elohim, or God, as you say, right? So why are people putting other people with him? You can't get to him through a man. You can only get to him through his Torah and calling upon his name and his name only and trusting in him. Verse 5, it says, sit silent, get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. America is the Lady of Kingdoms because they sit as like a queen who hasn't been touched. But she's going to be touched very soon because all of this stuff is culminating to the destruction that is placed. Verse 6, I was wroth with my people, and I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thy hand. See, the Most High did all of this to us. Everything that's happening to us right now is the doings of the Most High. As a matter of fact, let me get Hosea real quick. Hosea chapter 6. All of this stuff right now happening to us right now is because the Most High allowed it. Trayvon Martin got killed by George Zimmerman. The Most High allowed that to happen. He said, I was wroth with my people and I gave them into our hand. Trayvon Martin was given into the hand of the oppressor because we had to suffer the punishment of our iniquity, like the Most High said. And a part of the punishment of our iniquity is having these people do this type of stuff to us, because we're not turning back towards the Most High in His Torah. We're into all type of idolatry, all type of religions, stuff that we're not supposed to be into. And He made it simple for us to turn back to Him and repent from your abominations and idolatry. Ezekiel 14:6. It's not rocket science, but our people don't want to do that. They want to worship idols. They're in idol worship. So as long as we keep worshiping idols, we're not getting out of it. Well, they're not getting out of here, because the scripture said 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. They're going to be left over here in this land and get destroyed with Esau. So yeah, let me get Hosea chapter 6. Because it's the Most High doing this to us. It's not. We looking at the white man like, oh yeah, the white man doing this. And you know, you want to take arms and go up against the oppressors. You can't do that. There's no way you can fight the oppressor with the weapon that the Most High gave him to rule the earth with. He told you in Genesis He's going to give Esau the sword. That's His blessing. That blessing wasn't given to us. So let the man have his blessing. Let him enjoy his rulership, because it's about to come to an end. Hosea chapter 6, verse 1. Come, let us return unto Yahweh, for He hath torn and He will heal us. He hath smitten and He will bind us up. The Most High did that to us. So when you see police gunning black men down in the street, the Most High is allowing that to happen. And I know it sounds hard, it sounds harsh, but that's just what it is. Verse 2. After 2 days He will revive us, and in the third day He will raise us up, and we shall live in His sight. So that kills the Easter thing, because we know that Easter is about to come up. And they all say that the idol died and He rose on the third day. When their book even tell you that that's a lie, because He died on Friday and He came back on Sunday. That's not even 3 days. So that does away with the idol right there. That's talking about us. It's replacement theology when they tell you that you're not the son of God, but this dude is. And you got to pray to him to get to your God. That makes sense? We're the sons, not nobody else on this earth. Nobody else can say that but us and our offspring. So it says, verse 3, then shall we know, if we follow on to know Yahweh, His going forth is prepared as the morning, and He shall come unto us as the rain, as the latter and former rain unto the earth. Let me go back. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 7. And thou say, I shall be a lady forever, talking about America. And not even just America, it's talking about the power structure, even the ones that you don't see that's in control, right? It says, and I said, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did thou remember the latter end of it. So all of this stuff that they did and they committed to our people, they tried to sweep it up under the rug. They swept it up under the rug with the economy and allowing so-called Negroes to get jobs and work them up the ladder and making them feel like it's an even playing field. That's deception, because even when you get up the ladder, they can still fire you. They still have final say. They can kill you while you're driving in your car. So it's not going to be safe for us here. This is not the place you want to raise your children up in. That's why we have to always keep looking forward towards our land and getting out of here, and not letting people tell you, oh yeah, well, you know, you could have been successful. Okay, man, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be successful. Nobody's telling you not to be successful. But what I'm telling you is, don't forget what your reason and what your purpose is on this earth. Your purpose is to follow the commandments of the Most High and look forward to Him putting the law into our mind, because that's going to happen soon too. once the law is put into our mind, it's going to be no more sinning. We're going to be back in our lane. We're not even going to know how to sin no more. So that's what we're looking forward to. And that's what they're trying to block us off from. They're trying to block us off from getting to our land and being able to serve the Most High. They want to keep us over here in captivity and folly. So let me continue to read. It says, verse 8, therefore hear now this, that thou that art given unto pleasures, thou that dwellest carelessly. This country is the most careless country on the face of this earth. This country is the most indulging in the pleasures than any country on the face of this earth. It's all about vanity over here. Everybody worried about what the next person has on, and Versace and Gucci, all these different labels of these people that hate your ass. You're going all spending money to a people that hate you. Imagine that. There's no way I can't do that. I used to do stupid stuff like that, but I'm starting to grow out of that. I'd rather just wear my own stuff now. You know, I'm out going to the department store, spending all this money just to look fly. And, you know, they got these weirdo cusses. While you wore that once, you can't wear it again. Shit. I wear whatever the hell I want to wear. That's crazy, man. So, you know, it's all a mind thing. And they know to get you in your mind first, because once they get you in your mind, they got you. And their mind is, them getting you in your mind is about them programming you and putting their mind into yours. That's why they put that movie Get Out in the theaters, because that's what it is. It's really, you really have a bunch of people running around with the mind of their oppressor. That's why you can't, it's hard to get to some of our people, because they have this mind state where they think just like the oppressor. That's why Proverbs 3:31 says, envy not thou the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. It's a reason why the scriptures say that, because he know we're going to be tested. And it's a lot of our people that's choosing the way of the oppressor, and they're not choosing the way of Yahweh. And they will be judged with the oppressor, whether they like it or not. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to believe nothing I say. But the scriptures say what it says. So I'd rather be on the side of the scriptures than on the side of my oppressors. I don't want nothing to do with anything that they got going on at all. I'm not going to do it your way. I'm going to do it the way of the Most High. So let me continue to read. Thou that are given to pleasures, Isaiah 47:8. Thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. They think they are the Most High. They think that they are the God of the earth. Because you know why they think that? Because they set their idol up around the earth, and their idol has 2.1 billion followers. So it's like the biggest religion on the earth. So they think that they're God, but they're not the Most High. And the Most High, first of all, the Most High can't be represented by an image. No picture or image can represent the Most High. How can you contain a power like that with the image? So when people are thinking about a God, they have an image in their head, whether it's the black one, whether it's the white one, whether it's Buddha, black Buddha, Chinese Buddha, whatever. The Allah, but even if it ain't Allah, like they say, peace be unto the Prophet Muhammad. So, and Yahweh, forgive me for mentioning the names of these other gods. I have to edify these people so they can know this is a conspiracy. Like Psalms 83 say, they're conspiring against our people so that we won't be remembered no more. And how did they do that? Through idolatry. Having our people in all types of different things. That's why, you know, you have some teachers right now, and they're supposed to be Torah only, but they're sneaking. They're trying to sneak the idol into our people. But like I said, that goes to these people selling out. They're doing it all for money, because wherever you hear that idol's name at, it's going to be some type of monetary gain involved. In the word of the Most High, let me get it real quick. Isaiah chapter 55. It's one of my favorite scriptures, because the Most High doesn't require money to learn his word. And it doesn't take a scholar to break this down. Isaiah chapter 55. Hey, Shalom, Ma. Shalom. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1. It says, Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yeah, come buy wine and milk without a price, and without money and without a price. So I didn't have to know the Hebrew to break that down right there. And you got these scholars that lure you in and tell you that you got to pay for their classes in order to learn some type of Hebrew. You don't need Hebrew to understand that you don't need money to learn the word of the Most High. But since they know the Hebrew, why are they charging money to understand the word of the Most High? Because this right here is plain and clear right here. So that right there, anybody charging money for somebody to learn the word of the Most High, you out of there. You're marked. You understand? You're keeping people, you're trying to push people into the New Testament and have them believe in that doctrine and trying to say, oh yeah, well, you know, it's a Hebrew to it, you know. They don't understand that you know, it's not just Greek, it's Aramaic. I don't want to hear none of that because it's not thus saith Yahweh. I don't care what language you say that the New Testament was written in. Oh yeah, they got a Hebrew, you know, you got a Hebrew Matthew. It ain't no thus saith Yahweh in there. So it's null and void. So let me go back. Isaiah chapter 47. Because this place is about to get judged. And everybody that, you know, they had their choice, you know. It's been a line that's been drawn in the sand. You either with Yahweh or you with idolatry, you know, one or the other. Because if JC not your idol, then money's your idol. You're doing it for something. So you're going to be judged just like these people are going to be judged. Back in Isaiah chapter 47, verse verse 8. He says, he said, thou hast said, I am, and there is none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children, widowhood, and they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. Yo, let me tell you, this thing is already perfectly planned out. It ain't been planned out by no white man. This has been planned out by the Most High. He said he is the Lord of hosts. What he means by hosts meaning he hosts these spirits and he controls these spirits, and these spirits go out and do his bid. The spirits are controlling the oppressors too. The oppressor's not ruling on his own. The Most High put him in control over our people. This is not happening by no accident. It's not by accident that he's in control, ruling over us, using money against us. They use money against us in their system and make our people sell out for it. So I don't see what the point of using a cash app. If you're teaching the word of the Most High and you're coming online, you're supposed to have love for the people. Why use a cash app? You know what I mean? So that shit don't make no sense to me, man. If you really love the Most High, you love your people, you shouldn't be using no type of cash app. That's like you're trying to take advantage of people. So that's like saying, like, if somebody paying to get this extra knowledge, that means that people who don't have no money, if you saying that this so-called knowledge is going to bring them closer to the Most High, if they don't have the money, then they won't be able to get closer to the Most High. But he didn't say that. He said in Isaiah 55, come ye buy and eat with no money. So y'all in the wrong and y'all need to repent. Let me continue in the verse. He said, it will come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness and hast said, none seeth me. Right? They allowing homosexuals to get married. They allowing women to rule over men. They allowing all type of wickedness to just flourish in this land. Child pedophilia, all type of stuff. But they trust in this. And now you have Negroes who follow these people and they trust in it too. That's why that whole conscious community is being bust wide open, because of all that child pedophilia is shit going on, and they turning a blind eye to it. They turning into their oppressors. You know what I mean? So our people got to keep an eye open for this stuff, and don't get caught up in the madness. Don't get caught up in the idolatry. Don't get caught up in the folly. Don't get caught up in none of this drama. Stay tunnel vision on your house. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. So that's pride right there. That's ultimate pride. These people have pride like none other. So how can you be a man and say that you created everything and you're the most high? You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of judgment taking place. You know, our people have to give themselves and get ready and prepare themselves for what's about to come. Let me get Isaiah 33 real quick. Isaiah chapter 33, verse 1. It said, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So that's judgment coming on the spoiler. Who is the spoiler? The oppressor, the so-called white man. The judgment is coming back to them now. So, but now that the judgment is coming back to them, how are we supposed to be on accord? Verse 2. O Yahweh, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Not going out, taking arms up, talking about something. Everybody will fight the white man, bro. You coming with us, or you got that Martin Luther King spirit? Nah, it says chilling out and waiting for him. Because you can go out there and try to take arms and try to fight him if you want. You're gonna get your head bust, because that means you don't trust in the Most High. You got to trust in the Most High, because he said in Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. Let me get it. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. This is what they scared of right here. This is what they don't want us tapping into. They don't want us tapping into our true power, because once we tap into it, it's a wrap for them, and there's going to be nothing that they can do to stop this. This is how you become the battle axe of Yahweh. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 8. It says, in that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, right? So he said he's going to defend us. So we don't have to defend ourselves. He's going to defend it. He's going to do it for us, right? It says, and he that is feeble among them, meaning he that is weak among us, he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. Okay, so we know what David was doing. David was going out knocking down 10,000 men at once. So that means the feeble, the weak among our people, he's going to raise them up and give them a spirit like David. And they're going to be strong, and they're going to be mighty, and they're going to fight, right? Okay. Let me continue on. It says, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of Yahweh before them. Now let me ask you a question. If he said he gonna make you as the angel of God, what gun would you need? Why would you need weapons? You think those weapons are stopping the angels? Hell no. So if you turned into an angel, how would it stop you? Now this is a test to see if you really believe in this book. Because the scripture said that he shall live by his what? By his faith. In Habakkuk, which we already read. So if you living by your faith, you're not going to need no so-called weapon to go out here and protect you. You're going to always have that hedge around you, like how our people did when we was coming out of Egypt. Now, these people that were coming out of Egypt, they didn't know the Most High at all, right? But in this new Egypt, we know the Most High. We know his name, and we're returning back to who we are. That's why he said this deliverance. Let me get it real quick. In Jeremiah chapter 16. This deliverance is going to be the new deliverance that's going to be talked about, because it's going to be so big. It's going to be so big because not only this time do we know who he is, he has people calling out to him to come and deliver him. We didn't have that in Egypt. We just had Moses, and Moses was doing his job, and he was doing his job to convey to the people that the Most High exists. But now we have the word to convey to us that the Most High exists. So now it's like, do you believe in it? He's testing our faith right now. What scripture was I getting? Give me 1 second, y'all. Dang, I forgot what scripture I was about to go to. Slocking, y'all. But let me get another scripture real quick. Let me get Isaiah chapter 33, verse 22 real quick. Yeah. Isaiah 33 and 22. It says, for Yahweh is our judge, and Yahweh is our lawgiver. Yahweh is our king. He will save us. So through all the destruction, the one that's bringing the destruction is going to be the one to save you from the destruction. You can't save yourself. The Most High got to do the saving. So once he does the saving and he gathers us up, he's going to give us what's called that power to be able to defeat your enemies. You don't have to go out there running off like a madman trying to be like your oppressor. Because what I see when I see brothers running around here taking pictures with these guns and running around acting hard with these guns, I see you being like your oppressor. Because that's what they were given. The Most High gave that to Esau to rule the earth with. That wasn't given to Jacob. Let me get Isaiah 34 real quick. All right. Isaiah 34, verse 1. Come ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. All right, it's talking about everybody, right? Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. He's talking about everything, the dogs, the grasshoppers, the bunnies, the crickets, everything, right? For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies, right? His fury is upon all their armies. But Putin went over there and decided, you know what, fuck it, we're going to go over there and bomb this shit today. That's the Most High's fury being upon all the on their armies. Shalom, Tracy, shalom. That's his fury being upon all their armies, right? Let me read verse 2 again. It said, for the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, and he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. All right, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and it shall come down upon Dominia and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right? So these people that's getting judged right now is Dominia, which we know as Esau. This is why it's important to know what's going on and who these people are during these times, so that you can be able to understand prophecy. You know, if you didn't know what this was talking about, you wouldn't be able to understand this prophecy. And if you wouldn't be able to understand the prophecy, you wouldn't be able to understand what times that we in right now. That's why it's important that when we speak these scriptures, it's important to bring out prophecy. You understand? Because when we get into our land, what chapter, what book we in? We in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5. So when we get back into our land, these people right here have to go. As a matter of fact, let me get I'm going to Ezekiel chapter 36 right now, because right now it's a transition about to take place. Right now, a transition is about to take place for Edom and all those other heathens getting out of our land, and for us going back into our land. Ezekiel chapter 36. It says, verse 4. I'm going to start at verse 4. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh Elohim. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim to the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and unto the valleys, and to the desolate wastes, and to the cities that are forsaken, which become prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about you. So all of our land that was desolated, those people went over there and took it over. And that proves that in Malachi chapter 1, verse 4, where he said that they will go over and take over the desolate places. They did that because they got our land. But they got it while it was dried up and desolate. When we were there, the land was flourishing. But right now, that land over there is trash. And they got it right now because the reason why it's trash is because they're over there. Verse 5. It said, therefore said Yahweh Elohim, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. So they brought up Idumea again, like he did in Isaiah chapter 34. And against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with joy of all their heart and despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So we know that these people that's in control of the land are the people that said that they are us. They say, no, we're the people of the land, we're the people of the Most High, and blah, 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 whoop-de-woo. But that was a lie. We are the true people of the Most High, and we proudly say that. And they can't take our crown on that. So they're trash. They're the trash of the earth, and they will be taken out. And the Most High will take you out. So let me continue to read. Verse 6, it says, prophesy concerning therefore the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, and to the hills, and to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. It's shame of the heathen because they haven't, in Tel Aviv, they have homosexual parades over there going on. So the shame of the heathen, this stuff is going on holy ground. And it's not supposed to be happening over there. So when the Most High kicks them up out of the land, we're going to take our land back over. And that's when the prophecy is going to be fulfilled. Verse 7, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, I have lifted up my hand, surely the heathen that are round about you shall bear their shame. Verse 8, but ye, O mountains of Israel, ye shall shoot forth your branches, and ye shall yield your fruit to my people of Israel, for they are at hand to come. So we on our way and they on their way out. That's the transition that's about to take place. But before the transition takes place, it's going to be the war first and the judgment. And our people are going to face that judgment. Let me get Amos chapter 9, verse 9. He says, for lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among the nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. That means all of the ones that's supposed to get delivered are going to be delivered. And he's going to make sure that. And he's going to separate us from the nations that we are in from those people. Verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake us, nor prevent us. You Christians, you New Testament Israelites, all you people out there saying, oh yeah, the idol gonna come and deliver us. And you get known brothers for saying that they believe in the Creator only. That's a problem. How are you condemning somebody for believing in the Creator only, but you adding somebody to it and then basically saying, forget the Creator, I'm riding with the idol. So a line has been drawn in the sand. And since the line has been drawn, people are going to start showing their true colors. You can't hide that you're in the idolatry. He's going to make it be manifest to the people. We're going to see it. So if you're a teacher and you're trying to sneak some idolatry in there, somebody's going to call you out. You can't get mad that somebody call you out if you sneak in the idol. You know what you're doing. You're not slick. But the only ones that's not going to call you out is the people that's in your little brotherhood. But I'm not in no brotherhood. I don't partake in none of that. I partake in the scriptures. I come from the streets. I have a street background, yeah, but I don't partake in no gang activity. I've always been a loner myself, period. So I don't do no gang activity, no Freemason activity, none of that. Only brotherhood I'm with is the Yahweh only brotherhood. That's it. You know what I mean? And in that, we brothers in spirit because we don't even really know each other. We don't talk to each other, but we brothers and sisters in spirit. So that's just what it is until we get back to the land. Let me go from here to verse to chapter and book. Ezekiel 34. Because right now, the judgment is taking place on not just Esau, it's going to take place among the people, the ones of our people that mislead our people and take them into idolatry. Because that's why our people had to turn back to Yahweh and not man. It's like you have people that leave the New Testament and they'll come into the what you call the non-messianic, but we are messianic, but it don't make no damn sense. But they'll come into what you call the Torah, and they still have that Christian or that New Testament spirit on them, where they feel like they have to follow man. So while you in the Torah, you have a cult of personality teachers, and they mislead the people. And what they do is they have this they put themselves on this pedestal where they can't do no wrong. When the scriptures say our righteousness is as filthy rags. Ain't none of us perfect out here. So when there you go, Tracy, you said it right. Open rebuke is better than secret love. Proverbs 27:5. Time to choose a side. Turn back to Yahweh. That's right. It's that time. It's just like Elijah told the prophets about all. You know what I mean? It's either you're gonna serve Yahweh or you're gonna serve Baal. So we seen what happened to them. But the thing is, right now, these people don't realize that they're serving Baal. They've been tricked by the Most High. So even though we go back and forth with them and we contend with them, it's out of love for the Most High and love for the people. He got some of these people just trapped. It just is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. But yeah. Let me read Ezekiel chapter 34. Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 7. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. As I live, saith Yahweh, surely because my flock became a prey. And how did we become a prey? Because we got scattered to the four corners of the earth under oppression. So we was under prey through the oppressors. But then you had these people, like I said, they had the mind of the oppressor. So then they use these people against us, our own people. Jeremiah 5:26, for among my people were found wicked men that laid snares and traps, just like how Esau the hunter laid snares and traps. Verse 8, it says, as I live, saith Yahweh, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast on the field, because there was no shepherd, and neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Therefore, O ye shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. Right? He's talking to all of the so-called leaders that's in Israel right now. The people that call themselves leaders, that call themselves over the people, that put themselves on high esteem, and they gave themselves these titles, and the Most High himself didn't give you this title. He's talking to all of them. He said, but the shepherds fed themselves and not my flock. Therefore, hear, O ye shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh, Alahayim, behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will require my flock at their hand, and I will cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be meat for them. So they just eating the people up. They're eating the people up because they're being greedy. You got people that's coming into Torah, knowing what Isaiah 55:1 says, but they call themselves scholars, but they're still charging people money to learn the word of the Most High. Unbelievable. So there's no way you can be a scholar and you still charging people money to learn the word of the Most High. You just a nigga. You know better than a pastor. So if the Most High was dealing with you, he would have gave you some type of venue or some type of way to make money outside of the internet. You don't have to be a nerd and come to the internet and try to make money off your people. It's just like basically like they call us the YouTube streets, right? So when people got the Cash App out on the YouTube streets, that's like the people at the damn light standing with their damn hands out at the streets. So you got to be able to peep this. It says, it's okay, yeah. Verse 11, for thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will both search out my sheep and seek them out, as a shepherd seek out his flock in the day that he is among the sheep that are scattered. So will I seek out my sheep, and I will deliver them from out of the places where they have been scattered. See, this is the Most High doing this. Nobody can attribute their wake up to anybody but the Most High, even though he did it through a person. You got people that try to keep you up under some type of subjection. I woke you up. So, no, the Most High is waking our people up, and he's using people. Just because he used me to wake somebody up, I'm not the end all be all. I'm nobody. I'm just a person just like they are. So, and I'm not your leader. The Most High will appoint a leader over our people. Until that time, we just all in the same boat, sharing information. It's no person over nobody. I'm not better than somebody because I know something that they don't know. We all got to come in this together and bring stuff to the table, because it's stuff that I know that a person doesn't know. It's stuff that somebody else knows that I don't know. So we exchange information and we all become one without hating and bringing hatred on each other and hating your brother. Now, you got people that will react to me calling them out as some type of hatred. That ain't hatred. For real, it's an act of love, because I didn't have to say nothing. You know what I mean? There you go. Isaiah 56:11. Greedy passes going to get destroyed. He want his flock back. You're right about that. And I've been pushing that for a while. Like the Most High about to take his flock back from all of these fake ass leaders, because they misleading the people and they're in the way for real. So with all this destruction going on and everything that you see, don't get surprised when you start seeing these people dropping, because it's going to happen. But like I said, you got these men, they'll take you calling them out and they'll be like, oh, he a hater. You hating on me. But then they're supposed to be so scholarly with you, and then they tell you what they're going to do to you when they see you and all. I'm like, I thought we was keeping it scriptural, you know what I mean? But it's crazy that you would say that to somebody that you have no idea what they're capable of, and you don't know them. I would never underestimate somebody and come online and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this to you. And I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what you got going on. You could be some type of green beret or some shit. You could. I'm not about to sit here and threaten you. So I advise you not to do it to me. You know what I mean? So let me continue to read. He says, as a shepherd seek out his flock. Okay, I read that already. I'm going to finish reading it. He said, I will deliver them out of all the places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. And I will bring them out from the people, and I will gather them from the countries, and I will bring them into their own land and feed them upon the mountains of Israel by the rivers and in all the inhabited places of the country. And I will feed them in good pasture, and upon the high mountains of Israel shall their fold be. There shall they lie in good fold, and in fat pasture shall they feed upon the mountains of Israel. I will feed my flock, and I will cause them to lie down, saith Yahweh Elohim, and I will seek that which was lost, and bring again that which was driven away, and will bind up that which was broken, and will strengthen that which was sick. But I will destroy the fat and the strong, and will feed them with what? With judgment. So that's judgment coming to all of these leaders. Y'all are the fat and the strong. Y'all supposed to be the, the head, the H and I C's. So you're gonna get judged accordingly. Verse 17, as for you, O my flock, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, behold, I judge between cattle and cattle, between rams and the goats and the he goats. Seemeth it a small thing to you seemeth it a small thing unto you that have eaten up the good pastures, but ye must tread down with your feet the residue of your pastures. Have ye drunk up the deep waters, but ye must be full. You must be fouled by the residue with your feet. As for my flock, they eat that which ye have trodden with your feet, and they drink that which ye have fouled with your feet. Like all of these BS doctrines that they're handing down. This is what they're giving to the people. It's like giving them chitlins. This ain't nothing but an abomination when you throw an idol in the mix. Verse 20, it said, therefore, thus saith Yahweh Elohim unto them, behold, I will judge between the fat cattle and between the lean cattle, because ye have thrust with your side and with shoulder, and pushed all the disease with your horns, till ye have scattered them abroad. Therefore I will save my flock, and they shall no more be prey, and I will judge between cattle and cattle. Verse 23, and I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. So the Most High said he gonna set up his leader over the flock, and we already know who it's going to be. But it's not going to be the physical King David himself. Now, we have a lot of people that disagree and they agree on this, but it's not for us to go at each other's throat with. But me personally, I believe it's going to be somebody out of the lineage of David. Just like when the name Israel is mentioned, it's not talking about the actual man Israel, even though the promise was given to him, but it was given to David's seed, the promise. And let me get that real quick in this Psalms chapter 89. Real quick. Okay. All right, okay. Psalm chapter 89, verse 27. It said, I will also make him my firstborn, higher than all the kings of the earth, and my mercy will I keep for him forevermore, and my covenant shall stand fast with him. His seed also will I make to endure forever. So he's talking about the seed of David. So if he made the seed of David to endure forever, that means that the seed of David is here on this earth today. The seed of Moses, Levi, Aaron, all everybody's seed and lineage is on this earth today. Everybody. So we all living in this time right now. That's why we're waiting on Elijah to come back and let us know who we are through the scriptures. Because his job when he comes back is to be to turn the hearts of the sons towards the fathers and the hearts of the fathers towards the sons. And to me, that means letting you know your lineage, letting you know where you come from. Because you're not going, we can all assume I'm from Judah, I'm from Naphtali, I'm from Asher, wherever. You're not going to know until somebody tell you. Somebody that has the zeal that already know. And that's going to be Elijah, the one that's going to return and come back, the one that didn't die. He didn't get hung on no cross. He didn't get beat. He didn't get his head chopped off. He walked off with the Most High, and the same way he left is the same way he coming back. So let me get another scripture real quick. Well, let me continue to read this real quick in Ezekiel. And y'all gotta forgive me. I'm just freestyling today. The next time I come on here, I plan to have a full lesson written out. But I just seen all this war stuff going on. I just really wanted to speak on it real quick because it's getting crazy. You know, we in that time right now. We living in the time of these prophecies, and nobody can take our faith from us and tell us that this book is not true. Okay, verse 23. And I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David, and he shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. And I, Yahweh, will be their God, and my servant David a prince among them. And I, Yahweh, has spoken it, and I will make with them a covenant of peace, and will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land, and they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. So when the Most High comes back, he's coming back to bring us to our land and get us away from our enemy. Now, with all of this destruction going on, we it's no way that we can imagine how we getting up out of here. That's why, what's that? Isaiah 24. Let me get that real quick. Bear with me, y'all. Let me get the scripture real quick. What's that? Isaiah 24. Oh, it's like Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28 and 21. But like I said, like we're not going to be able to imagine how we're getting up out of here. So the way the Most High pulls this off, we're not going to have no idea. It's nothing like what you can think of. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate that. Much love. It's nothing like what we can think of. So just brace yourself. Just know we getting up out of here though. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 21. For Yahweh shall rise up as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his strange act. See, it's going to be some stuff that we haven't seen before. He said a strange work and a strange act. So, like, man, you can't even fathom what the Most High, his power, and what he going to do for his people. You know what I mean? So, I just want to give my people some words of encouragement, just to be diligent in the word of Yahweh, and always have tunnel vision towards his word, and don't let nobody take you off course. Said when the Most High puts it in your spirit, you just got to move. No notes required. This lesson is good. I appreciate that, sister. Much love. I really appreciate that. And I definitely gonna get on here more and start speaking to my people. I just figured out how to go live like last week, so it's a wrap now until they shut it down. But we definitely gonna try to keep coming up on here and encouraging our people, because we need it in these times. There's a lot of distractions going on. There's a lot of folly going on in our nation, and we just need to stay focused on Yahweh. It's I got mores and stuff attacking me right now, and usually the old me would just be fired up and just make a video about it, but I'm not even gonna speak on it, man. You know what? So I'm just gonna let it be. I'm gonna put it in the hands of Yahweh. But I really appreciate y'all for coming through, taking time out of your day, to come through and hear the word of Yahweh. I got much love for my people. You definitely gonna hear from me a lot more. I'm gonna be on here a lot more, trying to encourage the people to stay in tune with the Most High and his word. You know what I mean? But definitely much love to the people. Much love to Yahweh. All praises to Yahweh. All praise to Yahweh Akkad. He is one. There is none else besides him. Hosea, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 9. Much love to the people. And hope to see y'all in the land soon. But before I leave up out of here, I'm gonna give y'all something to go off with, because I try to encourage the people with not just the word, but with the music too, because we don't have a lot of Yahweh only music for our people. We got a lot of people that they putting in other guys' names and all of that, but it's just always got to be soulful and from the spirit, because that's how we are. We're spiritual people and we real. So that's just how it is. And Shalom to y'all. Much love.
I'll pray for you. before I pray on you. And if I pray with you, then I'ma stay on you. I mean, keep it strapped, stay dangerous, not slipping. Just a God in the flesh, a G, not a mason. At this point, I see I am too big, exist. I peep with the rest can't see. Does that make me strong? Cause I ain't weak. I shoot good, and plus I don't sleep, so I am unique. A lot I had to learn, so I wanna teach. I told them hell burns, they say I preach. And I'm not a preacher, and I'm not a teacher. I'm just trying to preach it before they find the feature. Every leader was a soldier first. A lot of sweat, a lot of tears on this planet Earth. A lot of years losing peers, you know that gotta hurt. And at this point I see fear as a fucking curse. Walk down the valley, I know it's for the enemy. And at this point I see fear as a fucking curse. They want me badly, they can't have my energy. I'm on point, but you hear? I'm not the first. I walk down the valley, I know it's for the enemy. And at this point I see fear as a fucking curse. They want me badly, they can't have my energy. I'm on point, but you hear? I'm not the first. I'm not wholesale, I'm retail. I got stories that are priceless that I can't tell. With a soul that I can't sell. I've been hitting blocks since a little ass kid. Lost a couple friends to get these nice ass fits. Lost a lot of nights hearing gunshots whiz. I guess another life would be nice, but that's his. Mine's got pain, mine's got tears. Even if I wanna see you as my equal, there's no bag. You can grab and brag to be equal people. Looking down into the water, peeping my reflection. I've been loose on the most high as my protection. And I walk on water and not get wet. That's against nature, so that's hella disrespect to my intellect. To the wise, that's lies. To the eyes, surprise. You will never see what they supposed to be. And if you do see, you should run and flee. Don't run out of fear. Run to be free. And you fear the most high. And they're afraid what you see. You can't run out of sky, but you can run out of peace. You can't run out of sky, but you can run out of peace. You can't run out of sky, but you can run out of peace. As I walk down the valley, I know it's full of enemy. And at this point I see fear as a fucking curse. They want me badly, they can't have my energy. I'm on point, but you hear? I'm not the first. Walk down the valley, I know it's full of enemy. And at this point I see fear as a fucking curse. They want me badly, they can't have my energy. I'm on point, but you hear? I'm not the first. Walk down the valley, I know it's full of enemy. And at this point I see fear as a fucking curse. They want me badly, they can't have my energy. I'm on point, but you hear? I'm not the first. Pray for you before I pray on you. And if I pray with you, then I'ma stay on you. I mean, keep it strapped, stay dangerous, not slipping. Just a God in the flesh. I guess another life would be nice, but that's his. Mine's got pain, mine's got tears. Even if I wanna see you as my equal, there's no bag. You can grab and brag to be equal people.